Tango Jewel's in full cry at the 200. She's well clear. She's giving them no chance. She's running them into the turf. Illitif went to second, but it's all in vain. Tango Jewel, and it's 3 for Willow.
Yeah, wasn't that the old Tango Jewel of old? She was great. She was nice and tough and aggressive, and yeah, she was too hard to run down, wasn't you, girl? Aided by a good ride by Willow. He just sort of, you know, got her out into a good rhythm, set a good pace, backed off, and then really ramped it up from sort of the corner home. And yeah, I thought she had, you know, good enough horses chasing her, but she was more than holding them on the line. And I actually thought through the line, I know they made up a little bit of ground, but if you actually look at the vision past the line, she was still a couple of lengths in front. She was really holding that gallop. So yeah, where to go to with the next? There's probably a couple of races down at Warrnambool for her, but whether we just need to give her that extra week, usually the week after Warrnambool can be a little bit weak, so we might be able to find another race and she can go back to back. So, but nah, just good to see her back in form, because last preparation was just a complete disaster, but she's back in form and racing well. So that's Tango Jewel. Runners for the weekend, Champagne Saber will be the first at Horsham. He's drawn a wide gate, which is not ideal, but he is a horse we're going to roll forward on him. He seems to, we've actually just brought him back into a box. He's always been a horse that we've trained out of a paddock, and we brought him back into his box, and he seems to have, yeah, his work seemed a lot sharper the other day. He certainly didn't work like a, you know, a dour stay. He actually showed a bit of turn of foot, which is good. So yeah, got full intentions of running him at Horsham, but we'll just have to see, sort of have a look at the speed maps and things like that, and see where we think he can get to on the run, because you know, if he's going to be 3-4 wide at Horsham, it's probably not ideal. But take on board, the horse has galloped up well during the week. He's nice and sound, he's fit and healthy, and he's ready to go back to the races. That's Champagne Saber. Got the 4 runners at Seymour on Sunday, and I think we've got the visitors draw for all of them, so we'll just have to sit down and have a look at the races and see how they map out, and whether we can get a few scratchings from now till then. The first of those runners is Brutify, and I think the fields come out and they just give her the outside gate, because that's all she seems to have got. To her merit, I think she has performed well from outside gate. She's sort of races pretty tough, even if, you know, she's 3 wide. We sort of rolled forward last start on her, because we've been sort of teaching her to relax, and then, you know, we asked her to go forward, so she was probably just everything was just a bit upside down from her. So hopefully the 1200 at Seymour, they can settle a good tempo and she can just get into a bit better rhythm. Seymour's a big track, so you can get into a reasonable spot even from an outside gate. So, but no, she's going well. She's galloping up good. Yeah, she looks good. I think she's tightened up every run that she's had, so she's tightened up again. So yeah, she's nice and fit, and yeah, hopefully we can just sort of get out of a reasonable gate. She can get a good run, and she should be hitting the line pretty strongly. That's Brutify. Got Champagne Doctor in at Seymour as well. Back to the 0 to 58, which will really suit. She's been racing in benchmark 64s at Geelong, so a 0 to 58 on a Sunday at Seymour is going to be a lot weaker, but in fairness, she's probably drawn good gates at Geelong, and she's drawn poorly at Seymour. So she won really well at Warrnambool, didn't she? Won her maiden. I thought she was super competitive over the 1100 at Geelong in her next couple, so she probably only needs to find that form for a 0 to 58 at Seymour, and she'll be mighty competitive. But if we think that she's just going to have a torrid run out wide, then we'll probably look for another race for us. So she's a horse that we probably didn't expect to get as many runs out of her as what we have. So we want her next run to be right around the money. So because I don't know how many more runs she's got left in her this prep. So if she runs, then we think she'll be competitive. If not, then we'll find a more suitable race for her in the next week. That's Champagne Doctor. I'll take Colt 45 to Seymour as well. He's drawn a wide gate, but yeah, he's hard, because his first 3 runs have sort of, you know, he hasn't earned prize money, so he sort of probably just need to run him where we can, and he's got to run at Seymour. So race doesn't look overly strong, but yeah, he probably needs to pick up his form a little bit. We tried him up to the mile last start, and yeah, I don't know how well he ran it out, where I thought at Geelong the start before, where of a good tempo, he could sort of sit back and he hit the line pretty strongly. So we'll drop him back to the 1400, and hopefully he can land 4, 5, 6, something like that, from a wide gate, and get him into a good rhythm and have him hitting the line. I think he's a horse that needs to run the race how he wants to run it, and have him where he's comfortable. So that's how Daniel will ride him on Sunday, and yeah, hopefully if he can hit the line as strongly as what he did at Geelong over the 1400 at Seymour, I think he'll be sort of, you know, right around the place getters in that sort of race. So that's Colt 45 on Sunday at Seymour. Bo Cougar, got her in at Seymour on Sunday as well. Again, she's drawn, I think, 17 of 18. So, yeah, I would say that we'll probably try and look for a better option from her last run. She just sort of got caught wide, and she wasn't able to hit the line as strongly as what we like. So, yeah, just probably put a line through that. So, probably just don't want a similar thing happening. But once again, we'll sit down, and, you know, we might be able to get a few scratchings before Sunday. But galloped up well during the week. Trying to keep a little bit of speed into her. She can go quite dour, so just sort of mixed her training up a little bit and trying to keep a bit of speed into her. So take on board if she does run. We expect it to be, you know, right around the place getters. That's Bo Cougar at Seymour on Sunday. Got New Romance in at Mornington on Monday, 2,000 metre maiden. She's feeling these hard tracks at the moment, and we're just having no luck with yeah, as far as a bit of rain here in Victoria. The only run she did have on a rain-affected track, which they ended up calling the races off because the track was too wet, was at Yarra Valley, and she pulled up Sanders Bell after that race. So you can probably see that, yeah, she just love a bit of give. So hopefully we can maybe get a little bit of rain over the weekend, and Mornington we can just get a track that, you know, that isn't a, you know, a good 3 or something like that, because I think she's going really well. She's held up her preparation remarkably for how long she's been in work and how many sort of tough runs she's had over a staying trip. So there's not much of her, and she's probably doing a really good job to stay up as long as what she has. So hopefully we can get a track that has a bit of give in it, draw a gate, because we haven't drawn many gates for the other ones. So we'd be due to draw a good gate, and hopefully she should put herself on speed at Mornington, which is a track that suits on speed runners. So, but yeah, going really well. Just need a bit of a track with a bit of give in it. That's New Romance. Bel Meow, she's going to kick off her preparation at Warrnambool on Tuesday. She probably is going to be our only runner for the carnival. You need at least a midweek horse, if not a Saturday horse, to be winning at Warrnambool, and yeah, I think she's certainly that on her best. So we'll take her in there, and we'll kick her preparation off. She's had 2 trials in this time in. I thought her trials have been really good. She's been able to begin well, which has always been a hindrance to this mare. She's always been a horse that's come out slow out of the gates, but I thought Daniel did a good job in her most recent trial to be able to bounce and put herself in a position. And then, yeah, she looked like she was going to trial up really well, and then I don't know what happened. The last 100 metres, I think she just found something near the winning post to look at, and just sort of it was like a, you know, horse having its first start. So but no, you could see she was going to trial up really well, and her work here at the farm's been good. She is probably going to need a run or two. She had a long time out. She got scintigraphy done on her, and it just showed up that hot spots absolutely everywhere. She was like a, you know, 2-year-old that just come out of the Blue Diamond, yet she was a, you know, 4-year-old mare. So so we gave her a long break. She'd come back, she spelled really well, and but I'd say she'll need a run or two to sort of find her best. But take on board, she's going really well, and I expect a run that has full of plenty of merit to it, and if she can be competitive at Warrnambool, then we know we're in for a good preparation. That's Belmia at Warrnambool on Tuesday. That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it was great to see Tango Jewel get back to a bit of form. City winner, Craig Williams. I think Jamie's strike rate with Craig Williams aboard would be quite worth following, because I know when he wants to book Craig and put Craig down, he takes on that it's a winning chance, and then he probably adds a couple of lengths when Craig jumps aboard. But no, just good to see her back in form. Got accepted with a lot of runners over the weekend, but obviously, as I spoke about before, they have drawn ordinary gates, so we'll just have to sit down and work out what we run. So just keep an eye on the final fields for those ones. Belmia will probably be our runner for the carnival. We may, look at a couple of the other ones, especially since they've drawn poorly, but they might struggle to get a run at Warrnambool anyway. So, but just keep an eye on the final fields for over the week. Jamie's at the trials. Had a couple of 2-year-olds trial up. I think they're sort of horses that have got through the system, and they've held up well. They're nice and sound. So hopefully they trial up well, and we can sort of push on to another trial. And it might even be able to get a couple of races as reasonably early 2-year-olds. What else? A couple of the older horses trialled, so hopefully they can trial up well, and then we can get them to the races. So plenty of runners happening, plenty of triallers, and hopefully we can keep the winning streak going. Until next week, see you later.